Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for 2020. This is going to represent the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and the end of the year. Let's go ahead and begin. Okay Leo, let's go ahead and see what is going on in your love life at the beginning of 2020. You have the Two of Pentacles. The Lovers. Four of Pentacles. Page of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. And Judgment. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look, see what you have going on here. I am reading this slightly different because this is not a monthly reading. This is for the beginning of 2020. So, I mean, you do have the Six of Pentacles right in the center of the reading. The Six of Pentacles, to me, this represents you receiving a relationship. This represents you receiving what you deserve. This is lined up with the Lover's card. For some of you, this can represent the sign of Gemini. But to me, the Lover's card represents a very significant relationship to you. This is a relationship that you want very much. I feel like this is kind of up in the air for you at the beginning of the year. Because you always have to consider, when you have a major arcana like this, you have to consider what is on either side of it. And on either side of the Lovers, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So this is, kind of a lot of ups and downs. A lot of instability. For some of you, I feel like the energy is there for you to get what you deserve from this relationship here. But I do see, kind of a lot of back and forth here. This is wishy-washy behavior, a lot of coming and going. And perhaps, you're trying to hold on to this relationship. The Four of Pentacles, to me, this represents someone who's holding on to something really tight. And so in this case, it would be a relationship. The relationship that you want very much. Now, you do have, you have some positive energy here. You have the Page of Cups. For those who are single, this can definitely be somebody new coming into your life. This can be a new relationship or even rekindling an old relationship. You've got the Page of Wands here. Like I said, you're receiving what you deserve. But for some of you, you may still not be happy with this. You've got the Four of Cups. So you need to ask yourself, Leo, I feel like if you're trying to reconnect with someone, because I do see kind of a lot of back and forth here with the Two of Pentacles. You're trying to hold on really tight, yet I still see unhappiness here with the Four of Cups. This is feeling unhappy and kind of feeling like something's missing, feeling empty. You might get what you deserve from this person, but I do feel like you have to ask yourself, is this what you really want? Because you do have a lot of new beginnings. Let me show you the bottom row here. You've got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and Judgment. So that is a whole lot of new beginnings for you, including a major arcana. So for some of you, it could be that maybe you're trying to make a relationship better. Maybe for those of you where you're already coupled, you're already together. Maybe those of you who are already married. I feel like, there's a relationship that you're trying really hard to hold on to at the beginning of the year. There's a possibility of you getting, exactly what you want from this person with the Six of Pentacles. But I also feel like, some of you may kind of get what you want and still feel like something's missing. So you really need to look at this relationship very carefully to see, is this really what you want? You have the Ace of Wands. This is a whole new beginning for you. This can definitely be somebody new coming in, a whole new life, a clean slate. I feel like if that is what you want for 2020, you're going to need to look at things in an entirely different light. To me, the Ace of Swords is a whole new perspective. You're looking at things from a different angle. This is truth and clarity. So in order to have a new beginning, you're going to need clarity when it comes to your love life. You have Judgment. So this is a new beginning for you. This is you rising from the ashes. Because I feel like you can kind of reconnect with someone. You can kind of heal a relationship. But I still see you being unhappy for some reason. Let's go ahead and get a few more cards here. See what else comes up for you. You've got Nine of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And Two of Cups. Yeah, this is exactly what I was telling you. Here is a soulmate relationship. So for some of you, this can be, again, it's a general reading, so it's hard to say. It is a soulmate relationship that is here for you. But there is a lot of agonizing over this relationship, the Nine of Swords. a lot of worrying, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. Maybe as far as, am I going to be able to keep this person in my life? You've got the Four of Pentacles here. You've got 3 and 4 of Pentacles around the soulmate relationship. Some of you are trying desperately at the beginning of the year to hold on to this soulmate. Wondering if you're going to be able, fearing, because you've got the 9 of Swords, fearing that you're not going to be able to hold on to this person, or that you're not going to be able to bring this person back. Know that it has to, it takes 2. You've got the 3 of Pentacles here. This is just a reminder that it takes 2 to make things work. So maybe if you're already married, you're coupled, and then, there's a lot of ups and downs. You do have the 2 of Pentacles. It's the first card. You have to work together. So, I feel like you're trying really hard to hold on to this relationship you want very much. But somebody else may not kind of be playing along with you. They may not be participating, because I see a lot of anxiety here, a lot of fear, a lot of agonizing. For those of you, where you've kind of had enough, because I do see you being kind of unhappy here, feeling like, I'm just tired of the same old thing. You have a lot of new energy here. Again, 2 aces at the bottom with the Judgment card. There is a new beginning for you. And this is all down here with, of course, the Soulmate card. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the middle of the year. Okay, Leo, let's go ahead and see what is coming up for you for the middle of 2020. 8 of Swords. Ace of Swords. So you did have this card at the beginning of 2020. The Tower. Temperance. 2 of Swords. 7 of Swords. The Hangman. The High Priestess. And the Devil. Okay, so I feel like this can be, this is kind of an eye-opening spread here. I feel like you've got a really difficult decision to make in the middle of 2020. You've got the 2 of Swords right in the center of the reading. This is you being forced to make a decision. And I feel like that decision might be, are you moving on? Or are you going to continue to hold on? Are you going to continue to make excuses for someone? Because we've got the Devil in the spread here. The Devil does represent a negative relationship, toxic energy, negative behavior patterns. You're being told trust your intuition here. You have the High Priestess right next to the Devil. Keep in mind the Devil can also represent a sign of Capricorn for some of you, but this can represent kind of a destructive behavior coming from a partner. Again, maybe you're making excuses for this person. You've got kind of stuck energy right in the center of the reading. The 2 of Swords does mean that you're stuck. And then you've got the Hangman here as well. So I feel like you need to be careful in the middle of the year that you don't get kind of stuck in a relationship where you're refusing to make a very difficult decision. Because you've got the 7 of Swords right next to it. The 7 of Swords, to me, this is a card of self-deceit. You're convincing yourself of something that is not really true. What you really need is you need to see the truth. You've got truth and clarity here. And remember, you did have this card at the beginning of 2020. I feel like for some of you, you can have that breakthrough moment, because the Ace of Swords is that epiphany. It's that aha moment of like, oh, this is what's really been going on. This is how this person really feels about me. This is what I should do. You've got this with the Tower here. So I feel like you could be coming into the middle of 2020 feeling like really stuck. You've got the 8 of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling like, I'm boxed in. There's really nothing I can do about the situation. But I feel like a moment of clarity will kind of set you free. I do feel like you need to be patient with your situation in the middle of 2020. You've got Temperance, which also represents a sign of Sagittarius. This is telling you kind of be patient with the situation. Some of you may be making a really difficult decision in the middle of 2020. Temperance is telling you don't force yourself to make a decision that you're not ready to make. I feel like this is kind of telling, I feel like this is for maybe some of you where some of this may not apply. Remember, this is a general reading, but I do feel like there is some type of decision pending because you've got the 2 of Swords right in the center of the reading. You also got, this is stuck energy, the 8 of Swords is stuck energy, and the Hangman is being stuck and being limbo. So for the sign of Leo, I feel like something's going on in the middle of 2020 where you feel like there's nothing you can do about your situation. And remember that you have the 7 of Swords here saying you could be actually in denial. You could be kind of telling yourself that you're stuck, but you're not stuck. For some of you, this could have something to do with a really kind of negative situation, a negative person. You're being told here, trust your intuition. You have the High Priestess. Okay, let's get a few more and let's see what other messages come up for you. You've got Ten of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, I do see the sign of Leo in the middle of the year feeling really burnt out. I mean, you've got the Ten of Wands here, which is being exhausted, drained, tired of trying, feeling like giving up. And for some of you, that might be exactly what you need to do. Because again, there is a lot of stuck energy here. It's not just one card. Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, the Hangman. And then I see this, you know, tired, drained, exhausted energy from the Ten of Wands. But I feel like this is going to be up to you because you've got a difficult decision to make. And until you make it, you're going to be stuck. So again, you can make that decision in the middle of 2020 or even at the beginning of 2020 so that you can move on to something better. Otherwise, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Slow progress towards this. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, perhaps a new relationship, happiness, blessings. But again, this is going to be up to you. For some of you, there's something you don't want to see, there's something you don't want to hear, but something could actually force you to see this in the middle of 2020, seeing the Ace of Swords and the Tower. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the end of the year. Okay, Leo, let's see what's coming up for you at the end of 2020. Nine of Cups, Three of Cups, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Fool, Strength, Three of Swords. So you definitely have, I mean, this is definitely a much better spread than the other two that we've seen. I see a lot of emotion here. I mean, you've got the Nine of Cups, Three of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. I feel like it's a very kind of emotional end of the year. I mean, I definitely see you in a better place here. You are starting with the Nine of Cups, which to me, this is a card of wish fulfillment. A wish has been granted. But it's also a card of being extremely happy because you have this right next to the Three of Cups. This is my card of celebration, happiness, joy. I feel like, you know, you're happy with where you are at the end of the year. You also have the soulmate card, the Two of Cups. Perhaps there has been a new beginning with a soulmate. I pulled the Two of Cups, and technically the next card was the Ace of Cups. There is a new beginning here. This is also lined up with the Fool, which is, you know, this is a very significant new beginning where you just have to trust. For those who are single, this can be maybe you're meeting somebody new at the end of the year where you have to just trust that, you know, this is the right person for you. With the Fool, there are no guarantees. You know, right at the center of the reading, I think you had this in the first spread, the Six of Pentacles. This is you getting what you deserve. So things are kind of shifting towards the end of the year. Remember, you did have that kind of decision in the middle of 2020. There is a decision you need to make. Again, for everyone, it's going to be different. You've got the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords is telling you that things can change very quickly for you so that you can kind of, you know, get what you deserve as far as love and romance. You're going to have to be really brave. You have the Strength card, which also represents your energy. Again, this is about being brave. This is about kind of watching your ego and that you don't get angry, frustrated, because we do have heartache here. The Three of Swords does represent a breakup. For some of you, perhaps the Strength card is here. Let me just put it here so you can see it. Perhaps the Strength card has come up with the Three of Swords because you need to be brave and moving on from this heartache. You need to be brave and moving on from this breakup, this, you know, divorce, whatever it is for you. Because there is a new beginning waiting for you. You just have to take a risk here with the Fool. Okay, let's go ahead and get three more. You've got the World, Five of Swords, Page of Swords. So yeah, I mean, you're being told here by the World that the end of 2020, this is the end of a cycle. This is the end of a cycle. And again, I feel like this is tying in with the middle of the year, where there was a lot of weird energy, you know, with the Two of Swords and the Seven of Swords. It was like kind of like an energy of like you've got to make a decision that you really don't want to make, and you really don't want to see something, you don't want to admit the truth to yourself. Maybe it's time to move on from a relationship or a marriage, and you don't even want to look at it, you don't want to think about it. This is coming up for you again and kind of, you know, in different cards, but it's the same message. It's the end of a cycle for the sign of Leo at the end of 2020. The World is a positive card. It is a card of, you know, moving on, but you've got to leave the past in the past. You got to close the door to the past to open a new door. If you don't do that, you've got the Five of Swords, which to me, this is the same energy as the Devil. The Five of Swords is negative energy. This is a card of sabotage, bad decisions. I feel like if you don't kind of close a chapter in your life at the end of 2020, you will look back and think, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done things differently. What you need to do, you have the Page of Swords. This is about admitting the truth. You have to be completely honest, maybe about a partner, a marriage, your own feelings. I mean, I definitely feel like there can be a lot of happiness for you at the end of the year. You've got, you know, soulmate energy here. I see a lot of happiness. You know, there perhaps for some of you there is a new relationship coming in. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Fool, so there are new beginnings for you. But you do have to close the door to the past here with the World. And again, because you have the Five of Swords, this is a card of regrets, of looking back and kind of wishing you had made a different decision. And this is actually tied to the truth with the Page of Swords. Okay, Leo, this has been your love reading for 2020. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again soon.